This is the collision of common sense and comedy. This is Defenders Live.
If I walk out of here, just know it's been one of them days. I'm just y'all may be left hanging talking to you amongst yourselves because I'm about to.
I mean, as long as you keep everything running, that's
fine. It'll all be running and just ain't nothing gonna get put away. I'm just gonna throw the headphones down and
walk out.
Go home.
That's fine. I'll talk to the wife about it.
I'm done. This is just. I hate doing the. I don't mind doing the tech side of stuff, but it's always hard when. It's too long. It's been too long, damn it. I'm tired. I'm frustrated. I need something stronger than APR coffee.
Well, ask the wife and she'll get you one.
I have to drive home and I have to work tomorrow. So no. Because if I get into it now, it's going to be a lot. A lot.
I'd like to have some at the house when I get home, so.
Yeah, and so if I start now, it won't be any left, and I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. So
okay.
I'm going to be good. I'm going to be good. So.
Hi, Kari.
Hi, Kari. Hi. How are you?
Well, I'm doing great. I hate to rub it in your face, but...
She's like, neener, I'm doing good.
No, I didn't have to do anything technological really too much today, and I just have given into the baubles, so...
You just accept the baubles.
Just whatever. I've got baubles. So...
I told you, once you accept them, everything becomes better.
It's just fine.
It is.
It really is.
It is. It's not. It adds character, actually.
So
the baubles are life.
Bauble land. But no, I think everything is, I think, okay. Just...
You think? Hold on, wait, don't. You're the last person I need to have insecurities and unsure about uncertainties right now. Like I. No.
No, I'm good. I'm at peace, like with the Lord and with the condition of life.
Oh, good. Good. Okay. Well then.
I am just, we're in that end of the school year, May, even homeschooling. May is just a crammed month.
There's a lot going on.
Yeah. So we're just entering into that bit of chaos, but I have to tell you, it is so funny. There have been several times recently where, I have just chuckled because And it's kind of this chuckle of amazement and chuckle of wonderment, and it just, God is good. So I am a very much fly by the seat of my pants sort of person, which Keith loves.
Oh, I'm sure. He's like, oh, good, this now, yay.
As a pastor, being fly by the seat of your pants, I don't know.
Well, it's so funny because I heard this talk once where this man was talking about how there are precrastinators and procrastinators. And I married a precrastinator, and I am definitely a procrastinator Like I'm a pro.
So, okay.
So precrastinator is the one that does everything immediately right now so that they can relax and chill out later and not have to do a dang thing.
In theory, but there's always more. Right? I mean,
well, it depends on what your setup is.
Okay. Well, there's always more.
Well, that's why procrastinators always turn into procrastinators.
Get things done and work ahead, and yes.
They're the planners.
Yes, exactly. Well, so I was ahead of schedule. I ordered my daughter's prom dress weeks before prom.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm the mom who is finishing up Halloween costumes on Halloween, and they turn out amazing, but it's like, because it always works out, but it's last minute. So with prom, I was like, okay, we've got this set. So the morning before prom, I get an email. your package is lost in transit.
Oh no.
So her prom dress, even though I tried to plan, was not here. So that evening, we went to the mall, found a stunning dress. She looked absolutely gorgeous and had a great time. And I laughed because that is how it always goes. And I had a small group that I was coordinating, and I was like, okay, I need to get this in. And the person I was going to have lead it, she couldn't. And so then I was like, well, I don't know who's going to lead this. And so the morning of the small group, I was talking to someone. I said, she said, oh, is it too late to sign up for that small group? And I said, no, do you want to?
No, absolutely not.
Actually, we need somebody right now.
Well, she said, actually, that'd be really good for me to lead that. And I said, okay, awesome. So that was
good.
Done. She's leading, and it's awesome, and it's going great. And so it just cracks me up because, fly by the seat of our pants, sort of.
So even when you try to prepare, you just can't prepare.
Yes.
Well, okay.
Exactly.
So my question then, we've obviously established what a procrastinator is and a precrastinator is. What is it when you're the person who's literally in the middle?
You're just a crastinator.
Is just a crastinator? Is that what it is? Because I'm the type that I do that. If something pops up, my brain goes into chess mode. And okay, if we do this, we go here and this 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 and this.
Right.
And then once I have like 3 to 5 or 12 plans in advance, several steps ahead, then I wait until the last minute to react.
Okay. So you're like
plans it all.
Uh-huh.
He plans all of it in advance, and he knows how it's going to happen. And he even knows that if he procrastinates, how is it going to work out? And yet he still procrastinates.
And I still procrastinate, and I don't know why.
And Steven is a precrastinator, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah, I prepare everything in advance,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm done. No, I will not do last minute. I hate it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm good with like, if we're talking like surprise stuff, last minute. All right, hey, you know what? Let's go do this thing today.
Right.
I'm good there.
Yeah.
Spontaneous decision. Let's go. Boom. Okay, fine. That's fine. But if it's something that's actually important,
Like making a cake.
well, I have to wait till the last day to do that.
No, but I mean, like,
But you have it planned.
you have it planned. Like, and you're buying the ingredients and you're doing.
I know how it's going to run.
Yeah.
I know just about, the size that it's going to make. I know about how much of everything I need.
You're getting the wooden dowels together and all of that crapola that yeah. No, that's what I mean.
Excuse me. It's plastic.
Pardon me.
Plastic dowels.
I apologize.
They do go together. They stack.
They do.
But
They
they're
do.
plastic.
It's tiered, but you can't tell. No, but that's me. That's me. Because I figure it's so much easier if you have the plan and go, okay, well, here's the event. Like Christmas, okay, or buying a gift or whatever little thing that pops. Like I said, here's what we're going to do. Here's that first step. Boom. Now, if this happens, we go, and I go off on this tangent this way for about 4 or 5 steps. And then I come back and go, but if this happens, and then I'll come back and go, all right, well, if this happens and then this happens, and I've branched it out into all these different places and things. And
That's called being ADHD.
It is
So
actually.
partly this is interesting because the presentation I heard on this whole procrastinator thing, pre and pro procrastinators, was that procrastinators are actually, like, part of it is that they're paralyzed in fear because there are so many choices, and like you're saying, you can see so many different ways that this could play out.
Yeah.
And so then you may just like freeze because
Yep.
if you don't do anything, that eventually something will happen and a decision will be made.
Mm-hmm.
And also sometimes people are paralyzed with like fear of failure.
Yes.
So I don't want to do it wrong. I don't want to have the wrong outcome. What if this way would be better? And so I'm going to just sit still
What if she
instead.
doesn't like it? What if it, you know, yeah. Mm-hmm. That's another part of it too.
I got over that a long time ago.
Again, ADHD is a sucker. It hurts. It's so
I'm just
bad.
saying, like, I got over the fear of failure when I started doing, different marketing things and had to sell life insurance and sold cars and all the. You don't care about. A no, the next no just means a yes is coming sooner. That's all it means.
That's a lie.
And that's good. That's actually really healthy to not fear failure and to actually use, like, to learn from the failure and not term it as like this negative necessarily thing, which
a failure
is really
only
hard
a failure
for perfectionists.
Oh yeah, well, a failure is only a failure if you stop.
Right. Exactly. So if you learn from it, grow from it.
Yeah. Well, that's another. I was always told that a regret is just a lesson you didn't learn. So there's that too. No, I don't like being surprised. I hate surprises. I hate them.
In any form or fashion?
I loathe them. I really do.
Even if, like, Steven came home and said, surprise, we got a deal to move out to LA and we're going to do a show.
I'd kick him in his nuggets. Because he knows better.
No. First off, I'm never going to LA.
I would never believe him because I know there's no way he would ever go to LA.
Okay.
I think that's one of those things that God himself would physically pick him up and move him, and he'd still be fighting. Like, think Jonah, but worse.
And you know,
Jonah 2021. That's exactly what this would be. I've got technology. I've got means.
LA, that's about right. Yeah.
Yeah. I've got means. I have the ability. I'm out. No. Thank you.
Not doing this, son.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
And I don't even have to spread the gospel, so no.
Right? It's like, you just want me here?
Gospel mission. It's just going to LA. Nope.
Yeah, no, I can't.
If I had known that I was coming into California this month, because I was told, hey, we need people, and we need people for a bunch of out-of-town work. That's all they told me. They didn't tell me where it was. They just said out-of-town work. And everybody knows that I hate California.
That's why they did it that way.
California. Everybody knows that I hate going to Portland. Everybody knows that I hate going to Washington State. They know I don't like the West Coast. And yet, they chose me to come out here. And I mean, whatever. Okay, I'm fine. It's fine. But still.
I'm fine.
I hate California.
It's bad. I don't envy you.
I mean, it's very pretty.
I was going to say, I miss the weather. I miss the scenery. I miss all of that. It's a beautiful
state.
It really is. It's
and we just
it's a shame. It's a shame.
It really is. We found this nice little place called like it's called the Pilot or something. It's a cafeteria type thing where it has a bunch of different. It's like a food court.
Oh yeah.
And I'll tell you what, there's a taco stand inside of the food court, and they have Wagyu beef from Japan. So Japanese Wagyu. And they have Bilbao chorizo.
Bilbo?
Which is amazing. Bilbao.
Uh-huh. It's Bilbo, and you know it is.
Yeah, all right, Baggins. And the tortillas are fresh, pressed right there on the spot. Nice. Everything's perfect. It was freaking amazing.
Oh, it's good to see everybody on the Twitters is chiming in about where they sit at. Let's see. Erica over on Twitter. Shocker at Stephen Airy needs a plan. Control freak.
Much.
Yeah, quiet guy in the back. If there wasn't a last minute option, I'd never get anything done.
That's what happens when you travel.
It is. Oblivion Flickering also said, I put everything off until it's too late. Then I meticulously plan every detail and contemplate everything I could have done. Therefore, it is a post-crastinator.
A post-crastinator. That's a good one.
Very
and
then
good.
B from the SAV, I plan things. Wife thrives in the last-minute flight of the bumblebee. We compromise. I plan to leave at the last minute and let her do her thing. And that's called marriage, my friends.
That's absolutely.
That's
see.
Marriage.
Here's the small difference between my wife and my family and that. I plan
everything
to start pushing my wife to go an hour earlier, so she's on time.
Okay.
It's an hour earlier than what anybody, like, I don't care where we're going. She may even know what time she's supposed to be there. It doesn't matter. I start pushing to get going
Uh-huh.
an hour earlier than where she expects to start leaving.
Okay. Well,
And then we get out only like 5 minutes late.
I just learned to drive real fast.
See, and I'm right on time. If I need to be there at 8 o'clock, I will be there at 8 o'clock. My husband is, well, if we need to be there at 8 o'clock, we should probably be there
At
at
8:15.
7:45.
Oh, yeah.
No, earlier. And then, but he comes by it naturally. I give my mother-in-law a hard time about this because she'll say, what time do you want me to come over? And I'll say, okay, so I want her to be here at 5:30. So I'll
Start
tell her
calculating.
6. And that's when she gets here, is at 5:30. Like, she is half an hour early without fail. There was one day or a couple of times where she came over and I greeted them at the door with wine because they were on time, like at the time I needed them to be here.
Here's your prize.
This is so nice. I said, well, when you're here, when I have you scheduled to be here, this is what I plan. But
For once, the stars aligned.
Here's how I want you to be here.
yes, exactly. I
Ah.
love my mother-in-law though. We get along so well.
That's nice. You should.
Yes. I agree.
You should. I mean, well, I mean,
Really
you don't. You should, but you don't have to.
Right.
If you don't wanna.
If you don't want to.
Let's see. Dr. Timenstein over on D Live. Fashionably late is my style, but my folks instilled in me just enough guilt to get there 15 to 20 minutes early. So there you go.
Works.
Well, and like I had, the military always taught you, if you're on time, you're late.
Right.
Yes, 15 minutes early is on time.
15 minutes at least. And my problem is I'm always late. I don't know what it is. I don't have an explanation for it. I just am. I'm just.
And he drives really fast too.
I do, and it's not like I don't know what.
So
to do.
you're late, like in real late terms, not in military late terms.
Oh yes, by military standards, I might as well not show up.
Wow. But were you like that in the military?
Well, yeah, 5 minutes late. That was an issue that me and the military had. There's a reason I was put. I had captain's mast, which is like a non-judicial. It's like you getting spanked by your mom, dad kind of thing. I got in trouble for being late. Now, and I did argue the fact that my barracks sat here and we had to ride a bus, and the bus had to go out and all the way around the flight line, and we were on the far back end of it. So even though I was there for the bus at the right time, if the bus was running late or whatever, but after a while, they were like, nah, and so I got in trouble, and that's fine.
Oops.
Yeah.
I think so. You know how people, what is it, the circadian rhythm, where just your body naturally functions to a certain time of bed and wake, and there are night owls and larks, and so I wonder if there's a same sort of thing with like lateness and earliness and on timeness, because I have family members who are just late. They're just late people.
I don't know.
And then I have family members who are just early people.
I don't know. I don't have no idea what that little circadian rhythm thing is for me anymore. I hear about it. I hear it's a wonderful thing.
Having a rhythm.
Having a rhythm.
Having a rhythm.
I don't have a rhythm.
Yeah,
do you function? You would. Do you function when left to your own self?
Oh yeah, to my own.
Function better late at night and then waking up late, or
No. He wakes up and he goes to work, and then he comes home, and then he passes out on the comfy couch. And then he wakes up again.
It's actually any furniture now. I've done a scientific study. It is any furniture now. I do. I have to sit in the floor on nothing in order to not fall asleep. But my problem is because, once we get done with the show, like by the time I get done, and this is not even mentioning the fact that like now with Steven out of town, I'm, having to do setup and everything. By the time we break down and everything else, by the time I get home, it's 11:45, almost midnight.
Wow.
And then I've got to be at work at 7. So I have to leave my house no later than 6. So
right.
I at very least need to be up at 5:30. So ish. So by the time I, and that's on days off. It's not as bad, but like if I had to work the day before, so then I work like an 11-hour day, have like an hour ish to eat at the house and get ready. And then I come up here and then we do the show and then I go back and then I have, it ends up being 1:30 sometimes, almost 2 o'clock before I close my eyes. So I'm getting like a 4-hour nap.
Right.
I go
and then
work.
He gets another nap.
And that's how I'm working right now is on naps.
Right.
And then by the time, the weekend does roll around, I do tend to stay up late. Part of it's because it's habit from, doing the show
Staying
and
up
everything
late
else.
just the week.
And I, like an idiot, will drink coffee at 10:30 at night. And then I have to turn around and be up at, 7:30, 8 o'clock to make sure the boy's up for school. And so
I represent that remark, by the way, and that's not nice.
Why? Because I'm drinking good coffee and you're not?
No, because I drink coffee in the middle of the night.
Yeah, usually it doesn't bother me, but
I usually go to sleep right after, so I don't care.
I can, I just don't. I need to stop eating. I'm the Mojo Riverfish. The Mojo no, period. The Mojo Riverfish is being nice and trying to help motivate me to lose weight.
How?
Well, because he had the unmitigated gall to put a post on his Facebook about how, and I don't know what kind of surgery he had. I don't know what the situation was, but he's like, I didn't get to exercise before the surgery. I didn't get to exercise during the surgery, and I didn't get to exercise after the surgery. All this time, and he goes on this long diatribe, only to find out he goes, and I've gained 10 pounds. I'm like, 10 pounds? Shut up. I mean, I went from 235 and losing to I'm cresting back to the 290 area again. I'm like, shut up. You want to take your 10 pounds. I got 10 pounds in my thigh. Shut up. I have your 10 pounds. Jackwagon.
Whoever loses it, Dylan finds it.
Exactly. And if anybody wants it back, they're more than welcome to take it. Because I'm tired of carrying it around for you. I am. I don't want it anymore. I'd like to see my toes again.
Wow.
I can't even
see them.
I can't even do that. I lay on my back and I go, oh wow, so that's what a hill looks like. Okay.
Okay, how tall are you?
Almost 6'1".
Okay.
I mean, I'm not supposed to be like 185 pounds. Don't get me wrong. Right.
No, that's what I weigh.
Yeah, but if I could get back down to a solid, 215 might be too small, but no less than like a 215. Thin the waist out a little bit and everything else. I would be happy. And, so he's trying to motivate.
It's okay. I mean, I would like to get back to, 150.
Yeah, well.
But 150 for me would be fit.
That's true.
Because I'm only 5'9".
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So again,
and
for clarity's sake, if anybody has lost any pounds, I have them.
Take them back.
Email me your address. I will gladly send them to you.
That's a doaeshow@gmail.com.
Exactly. Send me your address. I will ship that joker out to you tomorrow because they're taking up space. That's all I'm saying. I had to buy new pants and everything, and I'm not made of money. I'm just not.
Kari.
Oh my gosh, that was hilarious. Yes.
Do you not have a mute button?
I muted it. I have a.
He's yelling at you from his side.
Well, no, you have a dial, or you have a dial, but all you got to do is press the mute button.
No, I don't have a mute button.
She's not using the Yeti.
I'm not using the Yeti.
Oh, I thought you were.
No, this is my old one. I was looking, actually, that was one of my, I was looking at those and thinking, I better get one.
Yeah.
And then I didn't order one.
Keith only let her use it one time. He's like, no, that's mine. You got to give it back.
No. I like those.
It's like I can't keep having you messing with the settings on here. It's set for mine. I need it left alone.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's okay. We understand. We do the same thing. I mean, I've got all my dials set and everything. So.
Yeah.
Hey, what are y'all doing for 4th of July?
Yeah. What are you guys doing?
4th of July?
Yeah. Independence Day.
You know that thing?
That's okay. So you are talking to the wrong Malinak. I'm not the procrastinator. That's the 4th of July. That's like months away.
You should still know.
Yeah, but with the procrastinator, he should have mention some idea of possible ideas of plans or something.
No, we don't have. No. Are you guys coming to town?
No.
No, we're going to try and convince you to come to town.
Oh.
Because we're holding a big shindig.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fun. Shindigs are fun.
They are fun. All right, y'all mute.
This is Defenders Live.
Oh, Oblivion Flickering on Twitter. A 4-hour nap. A nap shouldn't last more than half an hour. The cast of Gilligan's Island got lost in less than 4 hours. That's true, but I count it as a nap because it's 4 hours and then I go work for 11. And then I come back and take another nap for like 2.
You know what? I accept that. I accept this. A nap can be more than a half hour.
Yeah, because I was going to say, for me, if I don't get at least an hour, as far as a nap air quote goes, then it's not worth laying down and closing my eyes for. It really isn't. It
makes you feel worse.
It does. It makes me feel like crap. I get up angry. I don't like it.
I can't nap.
Oh. Don't worry, I nap for you, apparently.
Okay, so you
I'm collecting everyone's poundage and your naps.
Pounds and naps. Excellent.
Yes.
So there's a difference. There's givers and takers.
Yeah, there is.
Dylan is a taker, as it were.
I'm not a taker. I'm more of a finder.
He takes all of your pounds and he takes the nap.
Finder.
I'm a finder. I'm I'm the guy who drives down the road and finds like kayaks and junk on the side of the highway because it blew off of people's cars that coming back from the beach.
Oh, that's fun.
I did do that one time.
You got a kayak?
I saw it was a kayak, and then by the time I had found an exit to turn around, I had to go all like 5 miles down and 10 miles back. And then by the time I come back up, I'd realized I was like, that is no point. And it wasn't there anyway. So
right.
I was a little mad.
So you looped around for nothing.
I did. But
you pulled a Jeffy, but there was no money in a box.
It doesn't matter. It would have been a kayak, and you know how expensive those things are.
I know.
Very expensive.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Kayaks, those are fun.
I love it. I want to go tubing again. Like, I wonder if maybe for 4th of July, instead of a barbecue, we need to just have everybody go to the river and go tubing.
I mean,
and then barbecue at the
no.
end. I don't either. I'm figuring this out. What I'm talking about is for those of you listening, and to Kari too. So we have decided, because we're tired of the whole flip-flopping, the mask thing, the president's like, well, you won't be able to get with your people on for 4th of July and yada, 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 and everything else. So we're declaring independence from this stupidity. And we're having a barbecue where it is basically everybody. Steve and I are going to barbecue, and basically we're inviting anybody and everybody who wants to come over to come over. Now,
that's awesome.
We haven't officially figured out
where it's going to be,
where it's at yet.
Well, it sounds like it might be at the river.
It might be at the river
or a lake.
It might be. Yes.
We know people that have boats.
We do know people that. The only reason I want to stay away from the lake is most of all the lakes around here are state owned, and there are things that I kind of want to do on the property. I mean, and all safely and nice, but there's things I want to do on that property that you can't do on state property, and so. I'm hitting avenues. I'm seeing if I can find something or pull something out of my tail. But worst case, it probably will be at the lake. It'll be at a camping site. And basically, like I said, we'll show up and we're going to barbecue. And if anybody wants to come by and, the whole zero social distancing, zero masks, family friendly, blah, 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 all that good jazz. So I'm even in talks.
That's awesome.
I'm in talks now. I didn't tell Steven this. So I went to Tar River Arms yesterday. Him and I had a nice long conversation. Stephen may be very excited to hear about later. But they're
maybe I didn't hear a single word you said just now.
Why not?
Because my screen decided to die.
Boo. I wondered why you had that blank stare on your face.
I know.
I'm like, really? This should be good news, Stephen. Nothing.
It is very good news, I'm guessing.
It's not bad. I was just said I was talking to Kurt at Tar River Arms yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And I have some information that we shall talk about later.
Yay!
But there is a chance, there is a semblance of a chance that there may be some of them guys out there with it as well.
Ooh.
Maybe.
I mean, I thought I saw an email about things and happenings.
Yeah, that's a whole different. Thank you for reminding me about that. Because that's kind of part of the thing while I'm mentioning it. If you happen to be in the, wrong email. If you happen to be in the greater Raleigh area.
Or you can go to their website.
Well, I was going to say, for this particular situation, if you plan to be in the greater Raleigh area, you happen to live in the greater Raleigh area. Oh, that's the wrong email. On May, is it May? The 15th. Let me look at this. Yep, May 15th, 10 o'clock to 6 o'clock at Tar River Arms in Wake Forest, North Carolina. He's having an event. Suns out and guns out is what he's calling it. As he put it on here in the little flyer we have, spring is here. It's tank top weather. The sun is out. And it's time to celebrate the biggest sale of the year. Come and join. Cookings from Nana's Kitchen. Special deals on firearms, accessories, and clothing. You also plan to clean out the owner's safe and put out our unicorn and hard to find items. The Marine Corps will be there in full force with a pull-up bar and plenty of information about opportunities to be in the Marine Corps. So be sure to watch Facebooks and all this other stuff for said event. Again, that is going to be May 15th, 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Stephen and I will be there. It's not on here. It's not part of the thing, but we'll be there. So if y'all are going to be in town, we're going to push this again. May 15th. Wake Forest, North Carolina. If anybody needs addresses or anything like that, come on down. We'll be there all day.
With them guys.
Doing the stuff and the things and the things and the stuff.
Unless I suddenly get tossed across the country.
No. I'm putting my foot down. You're not doing that again. I'm done. I can't. No. No.
It's not even the start of the week yet.
No. Nope. No. I'm done. I'm beyond. And it's not the handling of this and all this stuff. It's not this. It's just, I'm not even going into it now. Stephen and I have already had this conversation more than once. I'm just at I'm at my wit's end right now. And it's one of those things where you never know that when you decide to make a change of any kind in life, the moment you make that decision and you knuckle down and you're like, I'm in this is good, we're going to do this, it seems like the very next moment, every single possible thing to derail it, to screw it up, to throw it off, just all hits at one time.
Especially when you're talking about big decisions.
Big decisions, right? I could, like, a perfect example, and I'm not proud of it, but like I'm a smoker. There's a lot of times where I'm like, you know what, I'm ready. Like, my brain, my body is synced up. I'm ready to quit. I'm done. And then I swear it's like an hour later, I'm off the phone dealing with certain stupid stuff. And I'm like, if I don't have a cigarette now, and then it all goes away. It's kind of like that. And that's what this year's. See, I thought everybody complained that 2020 sucked. I look back, and honestly, was there inconvenience with the shutting down and the masks and blah, blah, blah? Sure. But all in all, 2020 for me personally was a really good year. It was a really good year. I didn't miss a day of work. I didn't miss any money at all. Me and the girlfriend had started dating in January of 2020. Everything was good. Like, really, it was a good year overall. This year sucks. Like, a lot. There's a lot. There's lawyers, and work is slowed down, and just.
Yeah, and then you have things like a gay man who's also a drag queen who was recently confirmed by a Methodist church in Illinois as a candidate for an ordained ministry.
Yeah, because that's what you want in your church is.
Decided that he was going to make sure that he was going to wear full makeup and wig, participating in his church's drag Sunday.
What?
I love it when Kari's head pops. It's great.
Dylan, let's talk more about, like, gaining weight.
Let's talk about your problems, Dylan. So how do you feel about being fat? When was the last time you've seen your toes?
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Another Hillsong pastor resigned last week after sharing explicit photos on the social medias. Southern
you
Baptist.
Can skip the next three.
You sure?
Yeah, you can skip those three. That's all
Oh, they're just going into detail. Ah, gotcha.
Yeah.
I see that now. Oh, that's wow. And in North Carolina too. I'll be damned. Okay.
Yeah.
No. Ooh. Oh, do you really don't want to?
I mean, go ahead.
Well, everybody knows Josh Duggar. Everybody knows that stupidness. No. Let's see. Should President... Wait a minute. Why doesn't this go into more detail?
It doesn't. None of these have a lot of detail. It's all just
I feel like little... they're all little blurbs. Oh,
snippet.
I'm bummed because I thought that would be something to go bigger into. Oh.
I'm so confused. There's so many in that one first little paragraph.
Yeah.
There's so much.
His name is Isaac Simmons. He's openly gay clergy candidate from United Methodist Church, and he goes around in his drag queen alter ego, Miss Pentecost.
Wow.
Miss Pentecost. Oh my gosh.
Why?
Yeah, I just don't. I mean, like, I don't. So I don't understand. There's so much to just, like, try to process through in this one thing. And what time did you send this to us?
This afternoon. Actually, that was sent to by me. Or that was sent to me by
right.
Kinsey did that one. Amtrak did that.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, here, enjoy. And I'm like, oh, you're a jerk.
Not very nice.
That's not.
Because there's just so much. I don't understand how I still just don't get the openly gay clergy thing.
Yeah, I don't either. There's a lot that I'm not processing here.
Don't get how he's going as an alter ego drag queen. I don't understand how the church has a drag Sunday. Like, there's so much here that is beyond ridiculous and sacrilegious and just wrong.
Yeah.
that it's too much. Like it's too much.
It's just
Too much.
Just too much.
It's just too much.
I don't, like I said, there's certain points where you kind of go, you know, because everybody struggles. Everybody's got something, you know, we're not perfect. We're all fallen, blah, blah, blah. We all have our issues. But to blatantly walk in with literally a bag full.
But I'm not going to hold at my church Embezzlement Sunday. Right?
Why not? Could be profitable. Hey-o.
I'm not going to hold at my church, bring your mistress or your boy toy.
Yeah.
Sunday. Bring your underage lover. Yeah, we're not holding those because it's wrong.
Yeah.
It does not mean that people don't have struggles. It does not mean that people should not be in church if they are sinners, because guess what? We are all sinners. We need to be in church. Jesus said, I didn't come to, heal the healthy, or you don't take well, gosh, now I'm butchering it. I'm just like, no. You know what I'm saying.
You're tad flustered.
I'm getting this all wrong.
You seem a tad flustered.
Yeah, I know, because I don't understand the basis. And if you go to scripture, you know that sinners need to be in church. But this is not saying, hey, we are having a ministry for people who struggle with this whole alter ego drag queen issue, or who struggle with homosexuality. This is saying, no, this is all good. We're going to celebrate this. This is going to be a party time. I mean,
well, but my question is okay. So when it comes to Christianity, especially, but let's just play it out to all virtually any religion. There's this level of, you are inherently a bad person. You do wrong things, and you have to, and the goal, trying to not butcher or completely slide everything in with Christianity is, but the end result is to not be like that anymore, is to line yourself up to tenets and to standards that
higher calling.
Yes, that's not natural to humanity. Okay. And if that's truly the case, if the point of it is you're holding yourself to a higher standard, whether it's in Christianity or whatever, but we'll talk Christianity because I know that. If you're holding yourself to that higher standard, that's the point. That's the point of coming to God. That is the point of religion. That is the point of Christianity as a whole, is that you recognize that you were fallen, you recognize that situation, and you are there to pick, hopefully God has called you out of this, and you want to live a life that is pleasing to him for all that he has done for you. That's the point. If that is not the point of you doing it, then why are you bothering coming in the first place? Do you know what I mean? Like, why does it need to be, if you're insistent on being gay, why do you then insist on being gay in church, or go so far as to be gay as a pastor, or whatever? Do you know what I mean? Like it's
I do. I think, and that's where I want to veer away from the whole point of him being gay, because sin is sin is sin. If it's sin, and it's not the fact that he's gay. It's the fact that God's word transforms us and molds us and shapes us. And this is not under the authority of that. This is not living into the creation that God has called and empowered this man, Isaac Simmons, to be as a follower of Christ, as a child of God. He is given the promise that God will transform him. Mm-hmm. And it does not mean that he won't have fleshly struggles. But in this circumstance, there is no transformation. Yeah. And it's a celebration and a push to not only not live into the call as a Christian, but to celebrate the flippant and very intentional continuation in sin.
Mm-hmm.
And that is an offense to Christianity. It's an offense to the sacredness of God. And God is very merciful, and God is abounding in steadfast love. But this is like building that, or getting that golden calf. It's
I was gonna say there's a difference between having a struggle and actively living in sin. There is a huge difference.
So, well, I really think that you should let him speak for himself.
No.
You found it. Yes, I knew you would.
Even
where he says, and I quote, "Today we're here to say that love, +, the wisdom of God is present, +, overflowing within all peoples, within all spaces, +, within all identities. Yes, even drag. Even within the queerness, it swells forth. Within all forms of art, within all protest, +, love. It is divine."
What is the plus signs for? I'm really confused. The look on Kari's face. Oh my God. Breathe, dear, please.
I know.
Woosah, remember your pressure points. Woosah, rub the.
I'm just over this. It is not caring. It is not Christianly. It is not loving to blatantly lead people astray in the name of love.
Yeah.
Baloney. There you go.
Oh, that's awesome.
Let's see. Big Pharma Steve on Twitter. Just because it's called a church doesn't make it a place of God. Keep in mind, there's a church of Satan. Of course,
she spelled Satan.
He said Satan, but I wasn't going to judge, but that's fine. Revelation starts off with several churches that need to get their tail spanked. Faux show.
Yeah.
Let's see what else. Okay. Yeah, and that's the thing is going back to it. It's irritating how this stuff can just go on. And like I said, why? My point again, going back to is why would you, if you're not going to really truly take it seriously, Christianity and faith and what it really is, if you're not going to take it seriously and take it on wholeheartedly, why are you wasting your time? Why are you, and I know what it is it's, tools that's used to distract other people and blah, blah, and I get all that. But my brain goes, if I don't want to do this, case in point, let's say I get completely obliterated and do stupid stuff on Saturday night. If I'm not really going to try and in my flesh, try to, die to self and ask for forgiveness and really try to go along with it. If I'm just going through the motions, there's a lot of other things I could be doing on a Sunday morning, especially with a hangover. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I know what it is, that I can see for what it is all this is just ways that Satan has been able to manipulate people to, we're false teachers, and they're, false teachers are put up in ways to make you think, oh no, this is the right way because, God is love and God is all about love. And these people they talk love too. So it must be the same thing. And they drift off.
It's not the same love.
No, it's not. It's not. And it's sad. It's
very sad.
And again, a waste of time.
Well, it's sad. It's sad also because, as a sinner, I'm going to want to follow what feeds my natural wants and desires.
Mm-hmm.
And if I can find a church that says, this is okay.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Mm-hmm.
Then why wouldn't I choose that? Because
Exactly.
I get to live in, with church people who are supposedly representatives, they're learned and
Allegedly.
they've spent their lives, or at least a good portion of their lives, in God's word. So surely they should know better.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Mm-hmm.
Well placed.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I know. It's just
So it makes it very difficult because there are communities out there, online communities, that spread a false lie that, all Christians hate gay people, all Christians hate transgendered, and that's not true.
No, it's not.
That's not
It's not even
true.
close.
No.
But
It's not a hate thing though. That's the difference. It's not Christians hating. It's not them. It's that it's a disagreement in living in the sin.
Yes.
It is. So I've had premarital counseling stuff before where I've had to tell a couple, like, okay, you have to abstain. Like, I'm asking that you abstain because it is against God's word. And we talk about that. And I had one couple never come back because they didn't like it. But
they don't like God's word, huh?
Exactly. So it's not a matter of hating at all, but it's a matter of the responsibility of sharing the truth, the full truth of both God's law and his gospel. Mm-hmm. And that's a huge responsibility. And that's where Paul writes about how teachers and preachers, like, they're going to be held to which really just, I hate reading that passage because I'm always like,
higher standards.
Shoot.
Yeah.
And it's not that it's not that preachers, teachers are better than or on better footing than, but those who are called to lead, if I lead my kids into oncoming traffic, I am at fault.
Yeah.
You know,
sure.
And it's the same thing. If we lead our people, our congregants, into, the path of the devil and into his arena, I mean, it's not that we aren't, I don't know. It just hurts my heart.
Yeah. Yay.
Well, really, so I do have one question with that story that you just gave. So which one really protested more, the male or the female?
I thought you were talking about, the drag queen and which ego.
No, I'm talking about your couple. Which one protested more, the male or the female? And that's why they never came back.
Yeah. Oh, no, I know.
That's actually weird.
No,
really?
It's not. Not anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
I'm shocked. I would have figured it would be the other way around.
Nope, and that's why they never came back. Because if it was the guy...
It wasn't a congregant, and it wasn't anyone... Like, it was, like, years ago, so it's not...
Oh, yeah, but still, it doesn't matter. If it was the guy that was protesting, the woman would have talked him in to keep going.
Yeah.
That's what she said. It didn't help it at all, did it? No. But you know what does help is American Pride Roasters coffee. Go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com. So many different flavors and choices of coffee, you want flavored coffee, you want non-flavored coffee, you got a Keurig. You don't want coffee at all, get some tea, coffee drops, chocolate. I'm drinking some right now while Steven drinks hotel coffee.
I'm looking forward to mine in the morning.
And out of his cup, too. Go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com.
It'll get washed.
It will. Go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com right now. Order some coffee and add one more dagger to Steven's heart. AmericanPrideRoasters.com. It's AmericanPrideRoasters.com. Go to our website, DOAEShow.com. Go over there, look at the archives. We got the shop. Become a defender with us. Go to Mojo50.com as well. Other awesome hosts and shows. Great things going on over there as well. Follow us on all social medias at DOAE Show. Use the hashtag arm yourselves. We'll read your stuff in just a little bit. We come back. Whole another hour to go. Guys, don't go nowhere. Stay right back. Yeah.
So if everything works out tomorrow, well, if everything works out even half as well tomorrow, I'll be hanging out with Riaz.
Oh.
Oh, yay. Tell him hi.
I will.
From me.
I will. And then
Okay,
then I'm going to take a selfie and send it to Dylan.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to pee in your yard.
Whatever. It's a yard. Go right ahead.
And in the same spot, in like the dead center, so that section
and
just
over.
dies.
I would like you to go kill my grass. That'd be great. Then I wouldn't have to mow
You
it.
just don't want to go mow it.
That's right.
I think my favorite moment of this night was when you were like, like all over his coffee cup. It just shows the friendship and the immaturity.
Yeah.
We're guys. What do you expect? It's not.
I
gonna
know. I
change.
love it. I love it.
Yeah.
It's funny.
That's what we do.
Yeah, that's life.
Oh, we didn't get to tell. Did we tell her about the durian fruit?
Yes.
Yeah.
I can't remember. It's been so long. Everything's all cattywampus.
Sorry.
I don't likes it.
You don't likes it.
I don't. Like, I can handle change, but at the same time, I can't freaking stand it.
You're talking to a guy. You're talking about a guy right here that he does not like. He says he can handle change, but he hates it.
Oh, I can handle it. I didn't mean I like it.
He doesn't want to handle it.
I don't want to. I like things.
And like, our entire lives are constant change, which is why it's funny to me. It's like,
yeah, he just sits back and giggles, and I'm like, I'm about to kill someone.
deal with
You're a
it, buddy.
comfort zone person.
Uh-huh.
I'm a what?
You're a comfort zone person. Like you
Oh, yeah.
need to be.
I very much routine. Well, it's the only thing that helps with me because like I'm ADHD. So apparently, like I've been, I think getting older, and I usually don't ever play that card, but I really do believe my ADHD is picking back up in my older age.
I think that's a real thing, actually.
Well, I know it's a real thing. I've been
Oh, okay.
diagnosed with it. I've been able to maintain and control. I was on medication for a while, but I was working crazy hours and therefore taking way more of it. I mean, I was taking the allotted amount,
Yes.
but because I worked longer hours, it was more of it in a day. And then come the weekend, I wouldn't take anything. And so I would crash. So basically I was ODing and not even realizing it. And I went to the doctor a couple times. I'm like, Doc, this is set up for people who work 8 hours. I average 14 to 16 hours a day. Can you help me with this? And they're like, oh yeah, don't worry. We'll give you a time release and you still get these other ones. Just take them as you need them. And don't get me wrong. Work was fantastic. I was on point and I was getting stuff done. I was focused. Everything was great. But come Saturday, nothing. And I got to a point where I could feel it. I was angry about the smallest, stupidest. And I'm talking not just like it irritates me, but furious that like the hall light got left on. Furious.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Like borderline rage, breaking things, throwing stuff. Yeah. And it got bad. And so I didn't know at the time. It wasn't until I had actually quit my job and, didn't have, health insurance and stuff anymore. And I had come off of it that I was able to look back at, hindsight's 2020 and went, holy smokes. For all intent, I should have been taking stuff on the weekend and I wasn't. If I'd taken at least a little bit, it wouldn't have been as bad.
Right.
But I assumed because it was work, I didn't need it. And so
Wow.
I'm trying to find holistic ways right now because I really don't want to go back on that stuff if I don't have to.
B12, B6.
I know. I'm going to start trying some of that junk and see what happens because it's starting
Go buy a vitamin B supplement.
It's starting to affect me already. All right, be quiet. Well, no, crap. I forgot to reset. Never mind. You got to be quiet.
I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I'll never back down. I get up when I'm bleeding, ready breathing. I'll never back down.
This is the collision of common sense and comedy. This is Defenders Live.
I'll never back down. Thought I was 6 feet under.
Okie dokie. Hour 1 is in the books. Got another hour to go. Let's see if we can make Kari's head pop again. It's fun when it's not happening to me. It's fun when it's not happening.
It was fun.
Steven's always doing it to me. All the
Yeah,
time.
that's hilarious.
And it's funny when it happens to me, but like I'm getting too old for this. I'm growing. So as you know, I'm growing my hair out on top a little bit. And I looked in there and I've got like I'm starting to get a streak, not just like one or two lone ones. A streak is slowly starting to form of gray hair, like right here. I'm like, wow, I'm getting old.
Wow.
Well, so I've got a friend of mine who's, since he was like in his late teens, early 20s, right here, right at the top, like he has like a tuft of hair that's completely silver.
Oh, just that single tuft. I've seen people like that.
Just one single tuft, and it's natural.
I've seen people like that.
I've seen that.
I've got a guy that I've known for 15 years or something like that. I don't talk to him anymore. But since I met him, and when I met him, he was 24-ish. And he was already, when I say 20, at 24, he was salt and pepper. And when I say salt and pepper, I'm referring to someone who's pushing what we would think of in their mid-50s. Last time I saw him, he's almost completely white. And he's 35.
That's Steve Martin, right? I mean,
Basically. Of course, I think Steve Martin started off as like a blonde and it faded. This guy, his hair is...
no, he had dark hair.
Did he?
Yeah.
Huh. I don't remember. But this guy, he did. His hair was black. Solid black. And it went...
So like mine.
Yeah. And it went... By the time he had... Like, currently, he's almost white head. I think he's got still a few little streaks of black in there, but not a lot. It's pretty much white now.
So he's 34 and distinguished.
Very. Very. Very.
So I have a question for you, Dylan.
Sure.
I was thinking about this with you talking about the military, and it was when you guys were talking about the tar firearms
Tar River Arms.
On May 15th.
Yep.
What?
Tar River Arms.
Or Tar River. Yeah.
There you go. It's okay. She doesn't come and visit as often as she should.
Right.
Late, and I know I'm earlier than you are, but it's still late. So I was thinking about this. They're going to have the Marines out there, and would you, as a young man today, would you join the armed forces?
Oh, if I was young.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
Still?
Mm-hmm.
So
because
the only reason why I didn't was because of relationship things. Honestly.
Of relationship things, like your relationship?
Yeah, like relationships.
Gotcha.
I knew that if I was single, if I had been single when I graduated high school, yeah, I probably would have gone.
Yeah, I was single.
Wow.
And I know that's a weird thing, but
No.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that part of it because that's the one thing that kept me from going back in. Once I had gotten out, I'd been considering. Every year I'm like, I need to go re-enlist. I need to go re-enlist because I was going to go back. I was in the Navy. I was going to go into the Army, and I was going to re-enlist. And every single time, every year, something was going on, and I was in a relationship and blah blah. And then kids came along, and I'm like, daggone it, I I can't be gone away for, basic training is 8 weeks.
I can't be in California, for a week.
Yeah, like that's what I was going to say. Like you can't even hardly be gone to travel for a week. Like for basic training, you're talking, and in some cases it carries over because you go straight from basic into your like AIT or whatever, like right out the gate. And depending on what you are going for, that can take anywhere from a couple months to a year.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Just for AIT stuff, or for us, it was A school is what we called it. But
right.
Yeah, it's still AIT. You know what I mean? And that doesn't count the 8 to 12 weeks of boot camp. And again, depending on how your orders are set up, you might have a break in between there. You might not.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a stretch where by the time you get to actually have leave and take a break, you're talking, it could be upwards of a year. And I just I couldn't do that now. But if I was single, and had paid attention and all that, I would still do it. But because for me, it's I think I have an idea kind of where you're headed with it is like, with the way whoever's in charge and the decisions that are being made and the things that are being forced and blah, blah,
Doesn't
blah.
matter.
Yeah. For me, it doesn't matter.
No, I was really just asking.
Oh, in general. Okay. Yeah, no, for me, it's
in general. The world is kind of in a chaotic.
Yeah, no, I definitely suffer from the joy of taking and studying psychology when you have ADHD is you learn to self-diagnose yourself. I desperately suffer from the Superman syndrome. And so my thought is it doesn't matter who's running the show, whether I completely agree with them, don't agree with them, think that they're dumber than the box of hammers. At the end of the day, it's always bigger picture. It's what is the military and what is the purpose of it ultimately to stand for and yada yada. And so, yeah, I would absolutely go again.
Okay.
Yep, I would. I would. The only thing that actually I could never stand about it was standing duty. I hated that. I didn't mind the job.
Yeah. If I had been young and single, I would have gone.
Which would you have picked?
Well, my dad was Army, so my initial thought was Army to go through, and I was in ROTC, so.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
So, yeah, I kind of liked it, but at the same time, I see you as I'd have probably been a crayon chewer.
I see you as an Air Force guy.
You see me as an Air Force guy because I'm short.
No, I see you as an Air Force guy, just period. That's just the demeanor.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought so too.
That seems very mean.
No. Like normal, like I can see. It's only mean if you were in the Air Force because then I could pick on you about it. Usually, Air Force guys usually
pampered sons of.
Basically, no. Air Force guys are usually end up being. Those are the college guys that can't get into OTC, officers training.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I could have actually gone to OTC.
But that's what I'm saying. The guys who don't push because they don't have the drive, or for some reason can't actually get into the program, at least what I feel and experience wise, they go into the Air Force because.
So what you're saying is those with a higher IQ.
Yeah. Because then what you'll end up doing is you end up being the guy who runs up the ranks. You may not be flying it, but you're the guy who's running behind the scenes. You'll be running sonars or intelligence or whatever, and that's where I would see you as.
See, I would have more than likely. I probably wouldn't have chosen personally. I'd have just let them say, "Okay, where should I go?"
Well, they the way it works is, at least it used to be. And I don't know if they still do it this way or not, but you would take your score, you get your ASVAB score. And once you have that, then there's like a range.
Yeah. Here's what we can put you in.
Yeah, between this range and this range, these are the jobs you qualify for. And then after that, it's like, and these of those jobs is what we have open.
Right.
Oh.
And that's usually how it works. And then you pick on how you want to and blah, blah, blah. And then you go from there.
Kamikaze Doodle Slug.
Mm-hmm. Kamikaze Dodo Slug over on Twitter. Navy Brat here. My dad had 3 6-month sea tours of duty back to back when I was 2.
Oh,
and that's what I'm talking about. I know it's doable. It's absolutely doable. The problem with it is in my brain, I would rather I would rather be a dad
Yeah.
to my kids in this instance because they're there now. That's my responsibility now. I'd rather be there for them than to chase off and do what I want to as far as what the military goes.
Yeah, it's always been the same for me. I'd rather actually be there in person for the other person that's relying on me than not.
Yeah. When I'm by myself and it's just me, yeah, no, I don't.
Sure, yeah, let's go.
I don't care.
Let's knock it out.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me a
Yeah,
bit.
you want to go do front flips in the yard? Yeah, you want to go parkour? Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, no, that would be me. I would if I could go back in, I probably would have went because I originally tried for the Marines. And
You the proud?
yeah, I tried for the Marines and I didn't get in because I had messed my knee up in high school playing basketball. And there was an issue. I didn't have surgeries or anything like that. But when I told them what had happened, they were like, well, we kind of don't want that to possibly happen again. So
Right.
I turned around and they kind of said no. And the next best thing was the Navy because I wanted to travel. That was my big one.
See.
I wanted to travel. Like when I got in, it was one of those. I will not be in the States. I will not be, and I didn't. My boot camp I didn't have a choice in. That was in Illinois, up near Chicago and Great Lakes. My training was all done stateside. I was, like I said, Chicago for boot camp. AIT was down in Pensacola, Florida. I had another school after that for 3 to 6 months that was in Jacksonville, Florida. And then from there, I was like, I'm out. And I did. I was able to score orders in Japan, and I moved to Japan.
Perfect.
I never looked back. Kamikaze Dodoslug also on Twitter. Air Force guys are generally pretty boys, too. That's kind of why, like, I'm throwing it. I wasn't going to say that, but yeah, no, that's the other reason why Steven.
I knew what you were thinking. Top Gun.
Steven. No, you would never. No.
I'm with you, buddy.
No, you would never fly. You would.
right,
if you were in
Goose.
the Air Force, you would never fly.
Oh no, I probably never would have.
Your eyes wouldn't let you anyway.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I am very blind.
You're not a pilot. You're not pilot material. You're the guy who, like I said, you're the guy who's running the show behind the scenes. You're the guy
making
who's
sure the pilot doesn't die.
yeah. You're running the tower or whatever, standing there drinking a cup of coffee.
Hell yeah, I am.
How are we looking today, boys?
We're doing pretty good. Yeah, okay.
We're going golfing this afternoon, right? Okay, all right.
Sweet. Hey, by the way, let's go to get that boot camp. Remember, boot camp, 4-star hotel, not 5, 4.
You're the guy who's yelling at the guys at AIT about this is not the proper accommodations for my cadets. We didn't. When I went to A school in Pensacola, we hated them. Every branch of the military, even the Coast Guard hated the Air Force because
Wow.
Yeah. So this is one of the few bases that literally had all the branches, including the Coast Guard, on there. And yes, I don't count Coast Guard as part of the military. They're DOD. They're different. They're
Coast Guard is not part of the military.
they're not part of the military. It's a different thing. Anyway, but all of us, all the different branches were housed on this one base, and this place is huge, obviously. And in the center of this base was this giant building. This is where the Air Force guys lived. All the rest of us had like linoleum floor. We had the, little racks. We had to share these beds. Well, you didn't share beds, but I had my bed here and his. Yeah, well, and there were the beds, and I swear, they were about that far apart.
Yeah.
Okay, teeny tiny little stuff. Oh no, we didn't have a refrigerator. No, did we have a refrigerator? No, we didn't have a refrigerator. We didn't have anything like that. You had a bed. I don't even think we had a desk. We had a bathroom that we shared with the room next door that was exactly the same. That's what all the rest of the buildings were, except for one. And that would have been the Air Force building. The Air Force building, the guys had their own rooms. Each guy had their own room.
Did they have turn down service at night?
Uh-huh. Actually, you're laughing. They did. They
didn't.
Yes, they did. They had carpet. They had people who cleaned their room for them. They had their own bathroom. Oh, yeah. No, these guys were like pampered. And all of us hated them so bad. So bad. And again, I just
Were they like the Mean Girls too, where they were like a clique and
like you could always tell they walked around their nose.
The Air Force,
Their nose was so stuck up in the air when they marched. I don't know how they knew where the hell they were going. But no, it was to a point that, and I just, like I said, I just described all the situation for their berthing and their barracks and stuff and where they stayed. Do you know while I was there that they was actively going around that they were not happy with their accommodations and wanted better and more? They wanted
wheels.
Yeah, they wanted TVs. They wanted and they were getting all of this stuff.
Squeaky wheels, buddy. Squeaky wheels.
And it's just, I'm like, well.
And Air Force becomes technology division. So you get the Air Force and it goes into tech, and you get the tech and it goes into aerospace and aerodynamics and all the rest of it. And then it goes to satellites, computers, and all that stuff. So all the stuff that we see that we have to have that stuff in the military. Yeah, that technology goes to the Air Force first.
Yeah, it does. It does.
All of it.
I don't know. We hated them. And so now we pick on them.
Yeah, well, that's fine. And that makes...
I mean, they're still family. At this point...
our boss's Air Force, and that makes a lot of sense, too.
Well, yeah, he is.
But he's also very smart.
But he definitely exudes the whole thing. He has the demeanor. I didn't even meet the guy. I talked to him once on the phone, hung up, and went, "Wow, he's Air Force." And they're like, "Yeah." It's like you could tell. Like, yeah, you can.
How funny!
You can hear it. It's one of those things you can just tell. You can just tell.
Were you in the military? Yes.
Mm-hmm. Air Force. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's hilarious.
That's not really a strike against him either, because he's a smart guy. Like, he's great at what he does.
Yeah, and he's a good guy. It's just he
knows the jokes about Air Force too.
You can. Oh yeah. Again, at least he's military. It's not like he's Coast Guard.
Wow.
Or the Space Force.
They're not, or Space Force. Yeah, they're not. I mean, I'm sorry, but they're not. The Coast Guard is up there with the reserves, like Army Reserves, the Weekend Warriors and stuff. They're up there with that.
Your citizen soldiers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Because they're what's the other division that does like the not the
National
CIA.
Guard.
National, it might be national. No, not National Guard. I mean, but they're there. They're there. Coast Guard and National Guard are, to me, are the exact same thing. For some reason, I don't know why, but for some reason, the Coast Guard keeps trying to make themselves feel better and like, no, we're real military. No, you're not.
But like National Guard, like I have family members that are Army Reserves or National Guard, like were enlisted and then have families, so they did the reserves or the guard. I can't remember which.
Yeah.
Well,
they were deployed, and so they were still
different.
Well, no. Okay,
soldiers.
so yeah, if you were active and then you go reserve, or National Guard, you're okay. Like that's different. If you go, well, I'm just I'm gonna go into reserves, or I'm gonna do, and you come right out the chute.
And that's your whole military career.
Yeah, that's your whole military career.
Gotcha.
All you do is go play war 2 weekends a month and 1 week a year. Shut up.
Gotcha.
Shut up. And if you did it for the other way now, that's different.
Okay.
But but again, it's at least the Air Force is real military. There's only
so what about the National Guard's people who they plan on that's going to be their military experience, is the 1 weekend a month, the 1 week a year, whatever it is. But then they get deployed. Then do they move up in your mind? They don't move up even if they're deployed and have to.
No, because at that point, that's just the luck of the draw. You know what I mean? That's just you just happen to get to go. That's fine. It's the level of dedication. Does that make sense? It doesn't matter what you do. Like you could take somebody who goes active duty in the Army for 10 years and never sees combat, and then goes to the reserves or National Guard because they want to be home with their families. And I have more respect for those guys than I do the guys who go into just the reserves or National Guard because all they want is the benefits and turn around and go into and see 3 years of combat. Because it's that level of commitment. It's the guy who went in for 12 years had more. He was laying on the line. He had more. He was willing to devote. He was, all in, as it were. Whereas the guy who went reserve, there was a chance, and he rolled the dice, and sadly, he lost at that point if he got deployed.
Gotcha.
His goal though
But
was
he
just
wasn't intentionally all in.
Yes.
From the start.
Yeah, he had no choice at that matter. That's like the guys who. And I mean, obviously, it is a little different when they get down the road, but that's kind of like the guys who get forced to go into the military because it's either that or go to jail, which they don't do a lot of that anymore.
No, that was like the 60s and 70s.
Yeah,
a lot of.
but they used to do that a lot, and it's one of those that and they might like it and turn out to be really good, but usually those were the guys who fell away to the wayside after a while, especially through boot camp because they kept causing tons of problems and
too many issues and things like that. Big Farmer Steve over there on the Twitters, at Dylan Lyles, at Stephen Airy picking on the Air Force tonight. Meanwhile, Admiral Ron Phillips will be rolling out a new Mojo lineup, and I'm sure the absence of DOA's show is purely coincidental.
Totally coincidental. It's only a minor flub. We'll take care of that.
It's a smudge in the lineup.
Yeah,
it's
it was.
fine.
It was initially a data entry error. Is all it was.
Exactly. Yeah, it's Excel. You know how those things work.
Oh yeah,
hate Excel.
The littlest twitch, the littlest mistake, and you put the period in the wrong spot.
You accidentally copy and paste something the wrong way, and suddenly you've got 15 columns of the same thing, and it was terrible.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, Sean over on Facebook made a good point. The National Guard never got deployed before 9/11. Yeah. They always did everything here. Same thing with the Coast Guard.
Only national, which is their name.
Yeah, they were there to basically be the home soldiers, the home troops, as opposed to just like the National Guard or not the National Guard, but the Coast Guard never leaves our territorial waters.
Right.
It's like how I'm not supposed to be the away team, but I am away.
Yeah, basically. I'm still not forgiving you for it, but whatever.
It's not my fault.
No, next time will be your fault. Next time will be your fault. Oh,
sure. Yeah.
I will blame you. But no,
that's fine.
I do miss it though. I really do. A lot of it's the camaraderie though.
Right.
I will say that for me, even now, and I've been out for January made 20 years.
Wow.
Holy cow. Anyway, it's been 20 years since I've been out, and it's still really hard to find that camaraderie feeling. You know what I mean? Once you in, no matter how long you've been in, no matter how long your run is, whether it's, one term, 6, it doesn't matter. You develop this is just the way it is because you live it so much for so long that once you come out, it is really hard to, unless you run into other vets. And that's the fun part is when because when I went down to go do the wedding in Georgia, there was a few folks that showed up that were military. And it's one of those, again, just like you can kind of tell what branches they're in, you can pick the vets out of a crowd.
That's the funny thing. People still think I'm a vet.
Yeah, they do.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like,
in a lot of situations, people think I'm a vet. Like,
no, because there's certain ways, certain things are handled. There's certain postures. There's all kinds of little cues that unless you're in or very privy to, which Stephen would be because his dad was, right. Unless you're very privy to it, you're never going to pick up on it.
Interesting.
So, and usually it's always fun. You can always tell when two vets meet and realize that they're together and like go, oh, you're on. It's the funniest thing. It really is. Because you can never
instant.
It is. It's that camaraderie's back. It's the whole. It never goes away. And even if they're in or out and nothing changes, you have that connection again, and it feels so good. So, but anyway, we got another little bit to go. To go nowhere, we'll be right back. Do 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 do.
Yeah, I think it's funny when people come up to me. It's like, so what branch of the military were you in?
Not.
Wow.
I wasn't. Dad was in the Dad was in the Army, and I did ROTC and marching band.
It's the marching band. That's
really well. So with ROTC, it was actually pretty good there because it was junior ROTC, right? But anyway,
right.
Still you have to stand in formation for an entire class period, or you had to march and step and all the rest of it. So yeah, it was good. It was fun. Of course, halfway through the first year, they were the school stopped them from doing any punishments, which sucked. Because I like, all right, well, I was one of the few people that actually volunteered to go into the program.
Yeah.
And so all the rest, not all the rest, but about 90% of the people that were there were troublemaker kids. They were forced into the program. They were forced to go.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's either do this or you're not playing football this year.
Yeah, and that's basically what it was, or do this, or you're gonna get left behind for a year, whatever else, or you're gonna get kicked out of school, et cetera, et cetera.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was possible with ROTC. Like, I didn't know they used ROTC for that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Interesting.
Do. Don't be doing that. Don't do that.
I'm hitting my witching hour.
Why are you?
This is Defenders Live.
Hi. Okay. So do we actually need to go over some stuff, huh?
I guess.
Maybe.
I mean, we can.
There's a few of them on here. There was one I saw that I thought would be good. Actually, you know what? No, Kari threw one out here, and I wanted to get into this. I don't know why this makes me giggle, but it does.
It's weird.
So a Florida teenager and her mother stand accused of rigging a homecoming election last fall. Both will be prosecuted as adults, which is a good thing because it'd be really awkward for the mom to be prosecuted as a kid.
Right.
Local prosecutors told the media on Tuesday. The Emily Rose Grover is 18, is still a minor, or was still a minor when she and her mother, Laura Rose Carroll, 50, allegedly hacked into the Escambia County School District's internal computer system in order to gain the outcome of an October 2020 homecoming court vote.
So weird.
So
somebody really wanted to be homecoming queen.
Well,
seriously,
it just goes to show you that there isn't a single election that's not above being tampered with electronically.
Especially out of Florida.
Seriously, yes.
Florida Department of Law Enforcement began investigating the incident in November of 2020 when the school district reported unauthorized access into hundreds of students' accounts.
And it was in November, huh?
Uh-huh. Little weird. The district flagged hundreds of votes as suspicious after noticing that 117 votes had been cast from the same IP address during a short time period. Grover allegedly cast those 117 votes for herself through by way of an online voting system called Election Runner.
Great.
So there's actually the system. Oh, that's good. That's good. In total, the Florida Department deputy, all the investigators said that they discovered some 246 votes that had been cast by the mother-daughter duo to secure the win.
Okay, can we stop here for a second?
Sure.
Actually, well, before we get into the next part, because I think the next part is key. But can you imagine helping your kid to win something and I'm not trying to belittle homecoming queen, whatever, but come on.
It's still trivial.
High school, it is trivial.
It's still trivial. You get it and you walk away. Nobody gives a flying fig about it after you've graduated. It's not, yeah, it's not like you're put on a wall. It's not like they have a mural painted of you. It's not like you go down in history books as being that person. Nothing. No one knows. No one remembers.
Can you remember who your homecoming queen was in high school? Yeah.
Me. I was.
You were the home.
I was homeschooled.
I was homeschooled, so I was homecoming king and queen.
That's right.
He was beautiful.
We need to go back to the Isaac Simmons story.
No. I actually did. I did the Milli Vanilli thing where half of me was king and then the half was in a.
I totally forgot that you were homeschooled for that moment. Okay, so Steven, do you remember your homecoming queen?
No, I graduated early in high school, so no.
Okay.
Yeah, but Steven wouldn't have cared even if he didn't graduate early. That's not his personality.
He would have care. The proms that I went to weren't in my school.
Okay.
And he only went because he had to. It wasn't like he's like, oh yeah, let's go to prom.
No, I went because I had a girlfriend in a different school.
Well, but if it wasn't for that, if it wasn't for you being in a relationship,
I wouldn't care about prom. I'm not that guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He wouldn't have gone.
No, I have much better things to do with my time, especially during high school.
Did he go lean up against the wall?
No, work.
No, but I'm saying then instead of going to a gymnasium and holding the wall up for a couple hours.
Oh, why would I do that? If I'm going to go all out, bud.
Yeah, that's true. You go walk in there like the Dumb and Dumber guys with the flowery tuxedo and the hat and stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You know what? That's what we need to do for Halloween.
I think we could.
I know we could.
You totally could.
I think we could do this.
And of course I got it coming back right now, but like my hair's getting long enough where I almost have the Lloyd haircut Christmas. Like I could do the Lloyd Christmas hairdo.
You could do it so well.
It'll just come down a lot lower. I could part it and let it come down to it's down to here now. And
I could center part it and it'd just be that.
And I just curl a little bit behind the ear if I need to, and then just put on the big top hat and.
Oh my gosh.
That's
awesome.
Bright orange with the cane. Happy Halloween. I think we can do this. I think so too. But anyway,
original Dumb and Dumber.
I know. I'm the dumberer. Grover's allegedly fraudulent ascension to Tate High School's homecoming queen.
That was unfortunate.
I know. Was
slip of the tongue there.
Yeah, totally. It was a Freudian slip. Was aided by her mother's employment within the school's district as an assistant principal to nearby Bellevue Elementary School.
She hacked using her mom's authority.
Yeah.
Which the mom, I don't even think it's hacking because her mom was in on it.
Yeah. She completely.
It's not hacking.
No.
Yeah, hacking is getting some guy from like AV to turn around
No. Hacking is just straight up not do it and not having anybody know.
No, I know that, but I'm saying that hacking would have been she would have made friends with somebody in tech club or whatever to turn around and be like the nerdy kid, and she'd be like, hey, I'll go out with you if you turn around and help me with this, and he'll be like, oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
That's usually, at least if TV has taught me anything, that's what would have happened.
That's so apparently I have to be in orange then if you're gonna do the Lloyd Christmas hair.
I thought he wore the.
No, he was in the blue.
I thought he was in the blue.
I get to do orange.
No, Lloyd Christmas.
But
is Jim Carrey.
You got to do the other one.
No.
Yeah.
Why?
Because you got the haircut right.
No, Lloyd Christmas was Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey had the
but
the
your
bowl
hair is going to be
haircut.
longer. Yeah, I'm not going to do the long hair.
We're not going by hair. We're going by.
Yeah, we are. Yeah.
God. No, I've always been the Lloyd Christmas of the group. Come on, really? Really? The bird is dead. Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and just let you guys battle this one out.
So you're saying there's a chance? Yeah, that's
You
me.
guys should have. Oh, you should have your audience vote. Do a poll and see who is going to be Lloyd Christmas.
I know. They're like, it's already been done. No. Like, that doesn't count. No, that's a funny picture, but no, like, we're doing it like their actual tuxedos and top hats and matching cake. Yeah, we're gonna do that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Yeah, y'all can pick at this point. Yeah, y'all decide which one of us is Lloyd Christmas, which one is, what was his name? Harry. I can't remember his last name, but Harry. Lloyd and Harry. But anyway. Where were we?
But this girl, this is not the first time that she has hacked or used her mom's account. Apparently, she for quite a long time, it says when she was a sophomore, she would just log into her mom's information, just start sharing information, her friends' grades, people's, personal
Stuff.
information, schedules. This is something that she is very used to doing.
So she'd go and she'd dox people from school.
That's what it sounds like.
That's insane.
Using her mom's access, she just said, "You know what? I'm just going to do whatever I want to do now."
I still come back to the whole thing, though. It's homecoming queen.
Well, it's also an administrator of a local school district.
No, and that part I get, but
No, that's it. That's her thinking. And that's why. Because she has such low-level thinking. Because she thinks at such a low desire. Homecoming queen and doxing people at her local school with their grades and stuff.
Yeah. No, it still baffles me.
She believes that she has some sort of authority over other people. As a child, she believes that because her mom is in a position of authority as an administrator of a local school district.
No, and again, I completely get all that. I'm just saying they're hanging their hat on homecoming queen.
Homecoming.
You're done after this. It's not
because that's the height of what she can do.
Yeah, and I got that, but I'm saying it's not like she could. I mean, if she has access to the records like this, she obviously has access to her records, which means she could turn around. It's not like she's doing it to benefit herself in the long run. Like, I need to make this A or this C and a B or an A.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, to try and get into college or get into a better college or get into a program or something you want. Like that, as just as wrong, at least makes sense. Homecoming queen, they're going to forget you that night because you're probably going to go out and do something stupid and get drunk and everybody's going to forget about it.
Not going to forget her anymore.
No. It's
remembered forever and in jail.
Yes. Oh yeah, she's going to be. It's just but that's where I get hung up on. It's like, really, if you're going to go that far, why not do it for something that's worth doing? You know what I mean? If you're going to lie about it, go big or go home.
This comes back to what Stephen was saying, that's how low-level thinking, how shallow both the mother and the daughter are.
Yeah, the mother for allowing it and letting it happen.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and at least try for a scholarship.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you have the access anyway, kid.
Well,
why not make your grades right?
Maybe they didn't go for the college thing because her grades were so bad that if they made the changes, it would be completely obvious. And they're like, oh, well, we can't even get you into community college there, sweetheart. But what we can do is we can try and see about getting you at least homecoming queen.
See, I thought that homecoming queen and stuff, like for those sort of things, you had to at least have a grade high, you have a GPA of a certain level.
Oh.
Before they'll allow you to be voted on.
Really?
Because if you're going to be a representative of the school like that, even if it's just
hold on. I thought that was high school president though. Or that was the school president, like for office, not for homecoming queen and king. That's different.
I don't know.
I don't know.
They were, but I do know that they didn't have terrible grades.
I don't know. I was homeschooled. I don't know any of this stuff. I didn't get to see it or vote or deal with that stupidity. So I have no idea. I just always assumed that it was, for colleges, I mean, not for college, but for like offices, president, vice president, treasurer, all that junk. That one you had to maintain certain level. Yeah.
But that's also, that's more about,
I thought homecoming king and queen
voting and all that jazz.
That's what I say. I thought a homecoming king and queen was strictly popularity. That's what I thought.
Yeah,
again,
I think maybe it was just my school then. Maybe
again,
if
TV has taught me anything, it's all a popularity contest.
Right, but even the popular kids can't be freaking morons.
Well, have you watched TV lately?
See, that's TV. That's not reality.
I just said if TV has taught me anything,
yeah,
it's that, stupid people try to win.
Get voted on by other people, yeah.
I know.
Stupid people become popular because they're stupid.
So, stupid is as stupid does.
Life is like a box of chocolates.
Uh-huh. Let's see here. Multiple students reported that the daughter described using her mother's Focus account to cast votes. That was according to the FDLE and the press release at the time of the pair's March arrest. Quote, I have known that Emily Grover logs into her mom's account in order to access grades and test scores since freshman year when we became friends, one student told law enforcement. She has looked up a student ID before to do something. It was all redacted. She also knows that if she logs into her mom's account, that Tate will then ping that Laura Grover signed into Tate High School. She looks up all of our group of friends' grades and makes comments about how she can find out our test scores all of the time, end quote. That was by a classmate, clearly.
So obviously she figured out her mom's password and her mom never cared.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it says that the passwords are changed every 45 days. Like they have to get changed every 45 days. So her mom is giving it to her or writing it down where
it's visible, yeah.
Yeah. So she's leaving it on a sticky note on the side of the computer.
Probably. Stupid mom.
It's just that simple. She's like,
there's no way that the mom didn't know.
Oh, no. The mom definitely knew.
Yeah, witnesses.
Yeah, that's why she's in there with her.
Yeah, witnesses have told the investigators that such unauthorized access has occurred for roughly 4 years. Details as to how Carol and or Grover were allegedly able to maintain unauthorized access for years without detection has yet to be made public. FDLE only noted that the users of the Focus Student Information Technology System, quote, are required to change their passwords every 45 days, and that Carol's annual training for the staff responsible use of guidelines for technology was up to date, end quote.
So she'd been told.
Yeah. According to the Associated Press, Carol was suspended from her job with the district, but it is unclear whether she has been fired. Grover, on the other hand, will be expelled from Tate High School.
Wow.
Here comes the fun part.
No college.
Carol and her daughter each face one count of offense against users of computers, computer systems, computer networks, and electrical devices. 2, unlawful use of a two-way communication device, which I didn't realize there was such a thing.
I didn't know there
Like
was.
a walkie-talkie?
That's what I'm thinking. But like, if you get technical, a two-way communication device also counts as phones.
Yeah.
So there's laws against how you use a phone?
I guess.
Okay.
Number 3, criminal use of personally identifiable information.
Okay.
And 4, conspiracy. There's always one big one at the end that they just kind of...
Conspiracy.
Yeah, there's always one big one they just kind of hit you with. Since Grover, who turned 18 in April, is being prosecuted as an adult, they each face a statutory maximum of 16 years in prison.
What?
Yeah.
To be homecoming queen?
Yep. Was it worth it, Pumpkin? Was it worth it?
Should have just gone to be dancing queen.
Obviously, I seriously doubt they're going to get 16 years in jail or in prison. But what do you think? What do you think she should get, or what do you think they should get?
No, I'm good with it.
The law is the law. But
Yeah, no, I'm good with it. I just it's one of those things where people don't ever. It's fascinating to me though that 16 years for what, let's be honest, is just rigging a high school election.
Right.
But there are people.
Okay. All right, hold on. Before you go there.
Okay.
Before you go there, hold on. She rigged an election.
Okay. Okay.
She rigged an election.
Okay.
She rigged an election.
Okay. You keep saying that. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense.
Election rigging is a very serious crime, Dylan.
I got that, but
You can only get away with it if you're a Democrat.
Oh, burn.
It's a very, very serious crime, Dylan. And I'm telling you that, as a person that lives in Florida, if she believes in the woke culture, then it was perfectly legal.
Okay.
Yeah.
If she believes in the wokeness,
Okay.
then it was perfectly fine.
So
But if
she's
she-
being charged.
But if she believes in the rule of law, and if she believes that there are constitutional, foundational rights that everybody should have, then by God, this woman deserves the book.
Okay.
Homecoming.
I don't care.
Election.
No, nothing. All right,
No,
fine.
I'm not.
Jeez.
Sorry.
Not gonna bite on that one. All right.
No, I'm not. I just you're not gonna get me. I'm like I'm not falling for that one, sir.
All right, fine. Okay. All right.
It was good though. I applaud your speech. That was
Thank you.
very
Thank you.
well done.
Am I speechifying?
Yeah, but
Thanks.
I am not falling for that. So
Makes me sad.
I'm sorry. It just
It must be one of those days. It really must be.
it is. I told you.
It's homecoming.
I know. That's why.
Yeah.
Again,
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, no, she doesn't deserve 16 years for homecoming queen. No, but does she?
Well,
does she deserve something that's going to be serious enough to tell her, "Hey, you shouldn't have done that, you moron"? Yes.
And I think obviously the bigger issue is that she was accessing information that she
She was accessing
should
personal
not
information illegally.
have access to. That's the bigger issue. But when you come down to it, you go, she was doing that. Well, maybe no. I mean, she wasn't just doing that for homecoming.
she's been doing it
that
for a while.
for manipulation of some sort.
Yeah, she was manipulating her friends. She was making sure that people understood that she was higher up in power than they
Yeah.
were. She was making sure to lord it over everybody. So yeah, she deserves to get a pretty stern punishment.
Absolutely.
Well, but
Now, 16 years, probably not that much. No.
Well, I don't know, but I mean, if that's what they say the law is, that's what they say the law is. That's fine. But my brain comes back to the fact of, but there's people who commit first degree murder who don't get 16 years.
Yeah, they get like 5
Yeah,
Right.
to life.
That to me is where things get weird and wonky because it's like, wait a second. Okay, I understand the severity. I understand she's been doing this for a long time. I completely can go with you on all that. But somebody who commits first degree murder is only in for like 5 or so years. I don't
Good
know.
You know what
behavior.
I'm thinking now?
Not really.
Well, I know. I know.
We're hoping
we
you'll
can't
tell
read
us
women's
that's the
thumb,
joy
but-
of a radio show.
Yeah, I'm right. So I just all of a sudden I just got really sad for this girl because her whole life could be altered depending on how she moves forward with
Now-
this.
Carrie,
Yeah.
before you go there.
Yeah.
Before you go there.
Are you saying this
Yeah.
is a gateway? She's going to be right back to.
Yeah, it's a
She's
gateway.
gonna be a
Before you
revolving
go
door
there,
now?
Let me preface a little bit before you get there.
Okay.
You cannot feel sorry for someone who knows the law, who decides to do it anyway, and decides to do something wrong. You can't feel sorry for that. Can't feel sorry for what they're going to do because there's one truth in all of this, and that is if she as a person decides to take it the wrong way, then she as a person will go the wrong way. If she takes the discipline and she realizes her mistakes and she changes her ways, then she could have a better life than you and I ever thought possible.
Yes. Yes. And I'm not disagreeing with if the punishment and the powers that be direct her in a good way, and she then great, wonderful. I'm sad thinking that, okay, what if this girl goes, I mean, she's stupid. She's a stupid 17-year-old, now
for
stupid
sure.
18-year-old.
Oh, show.
And to alter your entire life, I don't know.
I mean,
and I think it's possible.
You can feel sorry about the circumstances, that's for sure.
Yes. I think she needs to be punished. I think she needs some consequence. But
Adam W. Johnson over on Twitter, Kari asked, quote, what should they get? And quote, the answer is a criminal attorney.
Well played, sir.
Yes.
Well played.
that is good.
Yes.
That's awesome.
Big Pharma Steve, ew, her mom is giving it to her. Isn't that illegal? And I happened to follow up with only in most states, but there's certain
Most
ones
states,
it's
pretty
not.
much.
Let's see. Oblivion flickering 16 years just for rigging a high school election. Damn, we have to improve the education system in this country. Those kids need political schooling. That's a Joe Biden quote. Yeah. Bless his heart. Bless his little heart. So yeah, 16 years rigging a high school election. Well, and I mean, we may not get the whole thing, but can you imagine? Can you imagine being in a women's prison? This is like, the whole Orange is the New Black kind of thing, and you're around murderers and extortionists and burglars and all of these things, and I'm in here for, I killed my grandmother and I, blah, 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 and all these horrible, horrific things. And they get to this little girl and go, well, what did you do? And she's like, I rigged a high school election.
I wanted to be homecoming queen.
Oh, please. And that moment on, her new wife was named Bertha.
They call me Marge.
She comes out. Yeah, she comes out with those horn rim glasses. Meet mom. You need to meet my new wife. Isn't she a doll? She's a doll. She loves me so much. Did she stay away from my tampons?
Hey, Mom.
Stay away from my tampons. I need to curl my hair.
Oh, God.
There was a post that the girlfriend found that showed me on Facebook that apparently it was called like prison life hacks. And there was this lady who was like doing her hair. She made makeup out of like cinnamon and all this little stuff. And I'm like, why do you need to, why?
Prison hacks?
Yeah, like to curl your hair, like you take all of these tampons and you roll your hair up in them and use a string to like tie it off so it holds the thing and you leave it that way.
Oh.
Uh-huh. Yeah, or there's all these different, and I'm like, wait a second. Hold the phone.
Why?
Now I know like several uses for those in camping that have nothing to do with hygiene, but
Yeah, no, but no, this is like, makeup and, all of this stuff. And my brain is, the first thing I thought of is if you're seeing this on Facebook, odds are you're not in jail. Possibly prospects are not bad that you're not, or pretty good that you're not going to end up there as well. I don't know.
Right.
I'm assuming.
Generally
speaking, if you're seeing this, you're not headed there.
unless you really, really want to be homecoming queen.
That's true.
Or it's white collar.
That's true. Well, but then the other side of it is like, well, hold on. So, okay, if you are there, then wouldn't you have already learned this from somebody there? Like, why are you watching it on Facebook? Shouldn't you have figured this stuff out like pretty much day one?
Apparently not.
I'm just
Don't drop the soap,
Prison
everybody.
ministry is all new now.
Here's Bibles and tracts, and we're praying for you. Oh, by the way, here's an abundance of tampons so you can curl your hair.
And soap on a rope.
Go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com because you can't get that in prison. And it is
No.
historically great coffee, guaranteed to make you swallow every time you put it in your mouth. Go
You also
to
can't get that at a hotel.
you can't. And I just drank your full big cup full, and it was so good, so good. That's what you get for leaving.
I didn't want to. Shut up.
Well, anyway, go to mojo50.com. Check out the awesome host and shows over there. Tell them thanks for having us hang around because, you know, everybody needs a bookend at some place. Go to our website, doashow.com. Check out the shop, Become a Defender. Look at all the archives and fun stuff over there. Follow us on all social medias at DOA Show. We will be back tomorrow, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Maybe, possibly. Y'all have fun, and we'll see you then. Bye, y'all.